Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Here's an incredibly bullish XRP headline, and if you don't know why it is, fear not, I'm going to get you caught up to speed. It's from you today. 18 million XRP exodus from major Korean exchange as XRP price skyrockets. I also have this from the Crypto Basic. Legal docs claim Ripple used GSR trading bots to increase XRP price, not suppress it. Well, how about that? This is perhaps the first time since I jumped into crypto in 2017 where I see a headline just positing the idea that Ripple, they're not trying to suppress price, they're trying to increase it. How come I never see that? That would be more in line with reason, considering if things don't go well with XRP and the XRP ecosystem, Ripple has the most to lose. Just think about it. Then there's this from CoinGate. XRP lawyer reacts on Vanguard CEO's early departure. Here's why. And I'll show you what this XRP attorney had to say. He might be spot on because, as it turns out, Vanguard CEO perhaps made a bit of a boo-boo as it pertains to the world of crypto. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. All right, so let's start here with the Crypto Basic. Legal docs claim Ripple used GSR trading bots to increase XRP price, not suppress it. Legal documents in the Ripple v. SEC case claim Ripple leveraged trading bots from GSR to increase the XRP price and not suppress it, as earlier speculated by community members. Dark Horse, the XRP community member and crypto researcher who spotlighted Ripple's use of trading bots for past institutional sales, recently shared court documents from the Ripple v. SEC case detailing the SEC's argument around the firm's institutional sales. Recall that Dark Horse initially suggested that Ripple's use of these bots from leading market maker GSR contributed to XRP's price suppression over the years. This theory aligned with speculation surrounding XRP's price movements amid the perceived underperformance. However, according to information from the court documents, the SEC contended that Ripple leveraged these bots to increase the price of XRP, contrary to the initial theory of price suppression as uncovered in the documents by XRP community figure Wrath of Kahneman. And folks, think about that. Even the SEC is saying, no, Ripple is trying to do what's good for the XRP. Because think about it. If you're the SEC, if you really want to paint Ripple as the devil, not only are they manipulating the market, but it's at the distress of the everyday man, right? It's beating down the price and raking in the dough. But the SEC's like, no, actually, Ripple, they're trying to increase the price. They're doing so. They still, now, mind you, of course, SEC was still spinning this as a negative. I'm not pretending. Of course they were. And I've covered that before, actually. Of course they're painting it that way. But again, even if that were true, if the SEC were correct, cool, especially if it were true, right? And there had been, of course, internal discussions along those lines in Ripple, like back in the day. So, what the hell do I care? As if this is actually harming us in any sort of way. Anyway, piece continues. The document, filed in June 2023, indicates that the agency contracted the services of an expert whose details were redacted from the public to back up these claims. The expert's analysis included an in-depth review of Ripple's communications, SEC-provided documents, and data, scrutiny of publicly available XRP ledger transactions, historical price data, and personal academic research. The expert contended that, at specific junctures, Ripple directed GSR to engage in XRP transactions to either drive prices upward or establish a price floor to prevent declines. Notably, instances of trading directed by Ripple correlated with upward movements or halting declines in XRP price. Furthermore, the expert highlighted Ripple's use of market-making firms to sell XRP strategically, employing tactics to mitigate downward pressure on prices. The individual noted the imposition of lockup restrictions on certain sales of XRP, resembling those in traditional IPOs, as a method to stop XRP from slumping. The expert asserted that Ripple and its executives had strong incentives to influence XRP prices, which included an effort to maximize proceeds from sales. So you guys get the idea of this. It was obviously always kind of silly to think otherwise from the get-go. And look, frankly, we were discussing this at the end of 2020. I'm here covering it again because, first of all, it's being discussed in the community again, and it's covered in crypto media here. And this is coming at a time when there's been, at least recently, notable despair within the XRP community. Now, I don't think that there's going to be despair in the XRP community much longer. I mean, sure, there could be a pullback in the short term here, but to me, what seems most probable is Bitcoin keeps ripping to the upside, altcoins follow, including XRP. It would be weird to me if it didn't. But frankly, even with how things have been since XRP bottomed in the summer of 2022, I don't think people realize it's not quite as awful as some people are thinking here. I think to me, the reason people are extra grumpy in the XRP community is not that XRP's been trending downward in price. No. I think it's because, to me, it just seems obvious. It's because other coins have been outperforming it. You know, with Bitcoin rocketing up, leading the way, and then there's Solana. Pick your coin that's been rocketing. And then people look at their XRP holders like, but mine's not doing it. I'm like, okay, but, you know, there are over 20,000 coins in existence. You know, when the coins go, there's a good chance that whatever you hear is popping, you don't own because there's over 20,000 coins. How many do you have? What do you have, like 5, 10, 20, 30? What do you got? Whatever your number is, it's nowhere near 20,000 coins. Nobody has 20,000 coins. So that means when you hear something popping, you're probably not a part of it. And it makes people feel as though there's something wrong here, but it's completely untrue. And to drive that point home, take a look at this. There was a post, I first came across it thanks to attorney Bill Morgan. He shared this post from Anders, and let me go to this first. And he wrote the following, and there's 2 screen grabs I'll share with you. And he wrote the following. And this just seems like objectively pretty true, right? Opposite happening here, in my opinion. Ripple wins lawsuit July 13th, 2023. FOMO from retail. Most buy high, stuck on the way down. Despair ensues. But from June 2022, we've had XRP moving up slowly with higher highs and higher lows, while we've had a continuous despair at the same time. It also reminds me of May 2017 to December 2017 when XRP slowly moved downwards, and we had despair at this time as well. We had American Express partnership and not much happened. Everything else moved up. Then in December, we had the big surge. Seems we find the best opportunity for XRP in despair. Why? Whales rule the day? Occam's razor, since down below would explain the full picture. So what you can see, for those who look at the screen, obviously you know already, but you can see the major spike this past summer in July when Ripple defeated the SEC. XRP declared not a security. A lot of people did FOMO went up here, though not everybody listening. I stopped accumulating XRP in October of 2020, and it's by far still my largest individual holding. And then he noted here on the way down, retail stuck when XRP moves down, despair continues. But check this out. This is the reason, the primary reason anyway, that I wanted to highlight this. This chart is going back to where XRP bottomed. And that was, June of 2022, I believe, right? Yeah, June. Yeah, that's right. He even said that, right? June of 2022. And XRP got down to the best of my recollection, like 28 cents. Ever since then, it's been putting in higher highs and higher lows. So throw out where I'm circling right here with this July spike because of the court case. Throw that out. That's an outlier. There's a real world event that caused that, but pretend that that's just chopped off because that shouldn't have been there. And in fact, at that moment, so we had that excitement that day, and that was fun. It went up. XRP price doubled in about 4 hours. But that was at a time when Bitcoin was trending downwards. It trended downwards after that. And still XRP, despite that, in the coming months, going down, obviously. If you look over the longer time span where XRP bottomed out, higher highs and higher lows. So that's a good sign, right? Now, even so, even more exciting, as I keep highlighting in my recent videos, the XRP BTC pair looks like garbage. XRP against Bitcoin looks like trash. It looks like XRP is the worst freaking performing thing in the planet. And when you get that level of discrepancy historically, pricing XRP and Bitcoin, that has been a moment right before XRP rockets. There's historic precedent for this. And it was the same sentiment. Anders is hitting the nail on the freaking head here. It is absolutely true. And so there's this post also from, oh, actually, I want to share what Bill Morgan said. Bill Morgan first, he shared that and said, the chart that makes nonsense of the Ripple escrow dump FUD. Exactly. Which is why I thought the first bit of this story kind of went hand in hand. And then somebody named Andrew responded to Bill Morgan and said, I've been quietly thinking this myself for a long time. The hourly and daily chart seems so disappointing, but if you go to the weekly, you simply see a slowly rising price that, to be frank, quite frank, I'd be happy for it to continue. Long-term slow, consistent growth is unsustainable. Which I think that's perfectly reasonable what he said there. And then Attorney Morgan responded, it's good news for those who bought at 30 cents at the bottom of the bear market in 2022. Yeah, it is. Which is why, frankly, if anybody's not happy with what their price is right now, I mean, this is the story of why it's important to dollar cost average, to be quite honest with you. Here I have a post from XRP Crypto Wolf. He wrote, XRP will start getting its respect back once it breaks through $1, and then everybody will have hope again. 100. Yep. That is the truest damn thing I've read in a hot minute. You just wait. Because inevitably, XRP is going to start running. People are going to get all excited again. The despair goes away for a while that's happening. Then we'll be like, well, where'd all the bears go? Where'd all you little punk ass bears go? They're going to be nowhere to be seen, and that's what's going to happen. I've seen this so many times before. Now here's a vote of confidence. Look at this. 18 million XRP exodus from major Korean exchange as XRP price skyrockets. Let me jump down to the key part. Stealing the spotlight in today's market activity is the news surrounding South Korea's leading cryptocurrency exchange, Upbit. Reports from Whale Alert have unveiled a significant withdrawal of 18 million XRP tokens, valued at approximately $10.7 million. The tokens were swiftly transferred to an undisclosed wallet, leaving observers pondering the motives behind the substantial movement. Such substantial withdrawals from exchanges often hint at strategic accumulation or storage of assets in separate wallets, suggesting potential bullish sentiment among investors. Conversely, movements of tokens toward exchanges typically indicate a predisposition towards selling. So again, I know it's one move, anecdotal, but it's in the right direction, and it's a big-ass one, right? On an individual level, over $10 million worth of XRP, 18 million XRP off the exchange. That son of a gun has no plan of selling it anytime soon, because that's not the direction that it would otherwise go. Just saying. And we've seen a lot of this in recent times. And so you can piece this together with all the other incredible metrics that are happening as it pertains specifically to XRP, which I've been reporting on throughout the entirety of this bear market. Piece it together. I know price isn't what we would like it to be, but all of these things are happening. Don't you think perhaps it might lead to that being the case? It might lead to XRP hitting a new all-time high and then entering price discovery. I think that's highly plausible. Oh, and take a look at this. This is a fascinating metric. There's something posted by a very popular chart analyst out here named Pentoshi, 758,000 followers on social media platform X. And on December 8th of last year, he wrote the following. And this is actually fascinating. Because look, I understood like when it gets to the point where we're reaching, euphoria, we know that the exchanges crash, right? And so we know that if you see user activity increase for like Coinbase, for example, that's a sign of something, right? But check this out. Pentoshi wrote the following. There is one indicator that has 100% hit rate on catching the macro top of a full-on bull run in crypto. Coinbase being the #1 downloaded app in the App Store. I've shared this before and sharing it again now. One day, in the next 1 to 2 years, this will repeat. Then you walk away. And again, that was up December 8th. And so this is a metric for fun I'm going to track now because it's just one more thing you can look at. So again, like pretty much nothing's the end all be all, but it's kind of funny, and it's got a perfect hit rate so far anyway. And so yesterday, Pentoshi reposted that just to let the people know, and he wrote the following. I shared this in April 2021 and November 2021, as the first time I've seen it was January 2018. All were top and one of my 3 indicators. At the time, I didn't know what it meant because in 2017 and 2018, it was my first cycle. Now there's so much focus around it everywhere. The funny part is when it happens again, you'll have 10 to 14 days to exit. And when you tell new people, they will tell you you are wrong, confidently, before losing 50 to 90%. The cycle repeats. Yeah, I'll be watching for that one. And so obviously there was tremendous surge in terms of users the other day. Coinbase briefly going down. I'm sure the vast majority of you have heard that news by now. Or experienced it yourselves, perhaps had a little bit of a heart attack when erroneously Coinbase showed your balance as 0. But in terms of number of downloads, no. And why is that no, even though the volume went up on Coinbase? Because new retail hasn't been jumping in. In fact, that's what's exciting. If you look at Google Trends, just search for how Bitcoin's been performing in terms of search results. I mean, it's been a couple days since I pulled that up, but at the time, before the major price moves, it was actually slightly trending down. There was a bump in January with the ETF news and people were Googling Bitcoin more, Google searching it. And then after that, really not so much. Nowhere near the highs of 2021 during that mania. Not even close. Same for 2017 and 2018. Not even close. It's a big nothing. So why is Bitcoin going up? Well, I think that proves that everything we're seeing, it's on the institutional side. And I'm not claiming that it's all the ETFs. In fact, I don't believe that. But how could it possibly be? Is it just retail? It doesn't look. I'll tell you this. It's certainly not new retail. Where are the Bitcoin searches? Where are all the Coinbase apps getting downloaded? So even if a bunch of existing users woke up and they didn't need to Google Bitcoin and they didn't need to download the Coinbase app, what does that mean is ahead of us? Because again, if you're talking about Bitcoin hitting a new all-time high, that's what has spurred tremendous global media coverage of this. That's when you start to get the true mania, when you get to the all-time high. And we haven't quite gotten there yet. So the media has been covering it more, admittedly. Sure. But we haven't quite gotten there yet. So it'll be interesting to watch for that and see how this unfolds. But probably going to get crazy. From CoinGape, XRP lawyer reacts on Vanguard CEO's early departure. Here's why. And not that there's a ton to say on this, but I wanted to just kind of throw it out and kind of give a shout out to attorney Bill Morgan because he kind of called this. So after the Bitcoin ETFs got approved, it was, I guess it was the day after because they got approved on the 10th, right? So then it was January 11th. We saw this headline from Watcher Guru and many other outlets, but Watcher Guru wrote, just in, $7.7 trillion asset manager Vanguard says they will not offer spot Bitcoin ETFs. And I remember reading that and thinking, oh my God, what are these idiot sticks doing? Like, do they think it's smart to cater to a particular clientele that they currently have? Do they think that's good? Or are they actual idiots? Maybe it's just that they're actual idiots. I don't know if they thought that like legitimately that this is something that their customers wouldn't want, or if they just don't know what the hell they're doing. Maybe they just don't know what the hell they're doing. Either way, stupid ass decision. I don't think it's going to stand. I don't think there's a snowball's chance in hell of that. I don't know when that's going to flip. But attorney Bill Morgan on January 11th made a prediction. I almost said bold prediction, but maybe I want to give him credit. But it's kind of like, it's so easy to agree with this perspective. It's like, yeah. He said within 6 months, the persons responsible for that decision won't be at Vanguard. Within 6 months. And then you see the headline here, just in, Vanguard CEO Tim Buckley to step down by the end of 2024. And so attorney Morgan shared that and was like, boy, I was too conservative with that prediction. Should have said 6 weeks, not 6 months. Yeah, see, that's just great. And to kind of paint the picture of just how big of a mistake this has been for Vanguard, totally missing out on the ride here. Here you can see Eric Balkuna sharing some stats, and I found this really fascinating. And he's a senior ETF analyst at Bloomberg, and he wrote, more wild stats. IBIT, and that's BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF, IBIT makes up 0.2% of BlackRock's ETF lineup, but has accounted for 42% of its net flows this year. FBTC makes up 2% of Fidelity's ETF lineup, but has accounted for 64% of its net ETF flows this year. Folks, that is insane. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF is 0.2% of all of their ETFs. having nothing to do with crypto. They just lump all the ETFs together. 42% of its net inflows. Whoa. You see that's insane, right? And so then the idiot sticks over at Vanguard, just totally missing it, and doubling and tripling down on their stance. It's just ridiculous. They even wrote something offensive like, to any customer that, I'm paraphrasing, but to any customer that finds this objectionable, there are other firms that will be able to service you. It was something to that effect. And I covered it on my channel at the time, and I was like, whoa, what a bunch of idiots. And you can see this. Eric Balkunas also shared this chart. He wrote, and this is just as of the close of yesterday, February 29th, to close out February. Hot but cooler. Volumes for the 9 came down today, although still clocked their second biggest day ever, but def cooler after yesterday's explosion. They're going to end up trading more this week than their entire first month on the market. New normal or temp burst? Meaning, is this something we're going to regularly see, this type of crazy move? Or is it just this, burst to the upside? There's a lot of excitement, jubilation, all that crap, and then it's just going to peter off. And he says, we will see. And for those of you looking at the screen, you can see how massive this one was the other day. Whoa. That is just wild. Now, of course, that's the day where Bitcoin hit $64,000. But still, even the following day, we know that Bitcoin was basically just holding above $60,000, $62,000. But look at that volume. That's still the second best day after all this. And this is just the beginning. Like this is going to be a successful investment vehicle that BlackRock will continue to run decades out in all likelihood. Because look, unless you think Bitcoin's going to fail, good luck with that argument at this point. But it could be right. It could be right. I'm not 100% sold because I don't. That's way too far outside the scope of this video. I won't even get into it. But again, like BlackRock will continue to push for this thing, and it's at the beginning. Just imagine another decade out what this is going to look like for them, and then imagine what Bitcoin's spot price is going to be another decade out. It's going to be so much bigger. Like you guys listening right now, congratulations to you. You are so early. Investing in crypto, it's like winning the lottery in slow motion. That's basically it. It's winning the lottery in slow motion. You don't get it as quickly as you might want, but it's the quickest way on planet Earth to invest in something, and then eventually you get there. Because, the stock market doubles every 7 to 10 years. So, if you're investing, say you're investing like, just something kind of standard like, ETFs that track the S&P 500, something like that. You can get this, depending on when you jump in, you could get a doubling in like an afternoon. You know what I mean? Like, it's just wild out here, but the trend is consistently up. And so, again, kudos to you for being here. You're part of a small percentage of humans, like 4% of humans or whatever the number is now, or something like that have ever held any crypto at any point in time. And then you look at XRP, and it's way less than 1% of humans that have ever held XRP at any point in time. We are so early. That's why this is the opportunity of a lifetime. That's why I said it's like winning the lottery in slow motion. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.